If you didn't know, now you know. We are here once again. This is Chris Gotti Lorenzo and my partner, Don Dinero.
Don Dinero, que hola, swagata.
We shouldn't have been smoking all this shit before this episode.
Man, I swear to God, I got some
I don't smoke.
shit.
That's the crazy
South
shit.
City Farms, que hola.
The contact is real, though.
No, I was smoking. I had a Godfather, so when pistol people say it was like, yo, and I had a Godfather already rolled, and then Armando said we could smoke back there. Straight up, I'm not gonna lie, it gave me like a little level of munchies. You see all the shit, I haven't eaten this much shit in my life. I'm not eating again for 3 days.
This nigga is hungry.
But hey, man, I heard there's a lot of money, a lot of checks being cut in the NBA and the NFL.
A lot of checks being cut, and we want to talk about one in particular with Jaylen Brown. Congratulations, first and foremost, for that check right there.
300 million.
300 plus. I don't count the pennies.
I'm saying he's the number one in the NBA right now.
What the hell? We got an intruder alert.
What's going on?
Yo, Siri is out of control, yo. But we want to talk about this money, and again, congratulations, Jaylen Brown. And congratulations to the Boston Celtics for paying him, because, you know, it takes the organization to put up the money and the belief in the player to do that.
But let me ask you a question. Aren't they based on the pay scale and the numbers, and I think you have to be an all NBA player or something.
Yeah, he had to hit certain criteria.
Okay, so aren't they forced to kind of pay him that money in a weird way? Like
they could have cut him. They could have sent him out. They could have let him go. They didn't have to keep him.
But let me ask you a question. If they let him go, will someone else can extend that number?
No, they didn't. And then they wouldn't have to give him. That's why I'm congratulating them for doing it.
Yes, congratulations, Boston.
You know, because they could have let him go and then it would have changed everything.
They gave him the bag.
But they gave him the bag, and then I love what he's talking. His interviews, he's talking about the Black Wall Street, and he wants to bring Black Wall Street to Boston and invest in, you know, minority businesses and things of that nature. So it sounds like he's really got a focus and goal and agenda.
He's in Boston trying to do that. Tell him to hire security too.
Nah, you know, Benzino's from Boston. Shout out Benzino, man.
I know.
But they, you know, there's a lot of positive black people in Boston. If you don't know that, a lot. But
and there's also a lot of the negative other skin color.
Yes, there's a little bit of the other side.
No, there's a lot of bit. There's a lot of
yin and yang.
But you know, I agree as far as him doing something. You know, that's probably. Well, you guys know because you have a little brother who's in the $300 million club. Right? That's kind of like, what do you call that? Life-changing money, right?
Generational.
That's what I meant. Generational wealth-changing money.
Yeah.
So I think and mind you, it's what, a 5-year deal only?
I believe it's 4-year deal.
Or whatever, 4 or 5 years. So mind you, he's getting another bag 4 or 5 years from now.
You know, these players today could generate $1 billion just from playing basketball today.
I mean, the football players are getting up there now. These quarterbacks, look what they just signed. The kid from the Chargers, he got like almost $50 million a year for 5 years. He's at $250.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's about to sign. They gave Lamar Jackson the bag, even though they kept him at $180, $200, but it's not like, you know, a 10-year deal. Right. So I think that baseball players are getting a ton of money, so I think that these young players that are playing these sports right now, do you think, I have a question, this is always interesting. I don't think it's fair, but I guess when you're in the public eye, why do they announce the salaries? Like, we don't know, you know, that's a question.
We don't know what they make, the announcers.
So no, think about the pressure.
Well, they want to, that's what they want to do.
Say we never announce Jaylen Brown that he's making this money. And they just say, hey, Jaylen Brown just signed for 4 more years. And you keep the money. He can go to any club. No one's going to bother him. Guess what now? Everywhere he goes, someone has an investment idea, has something because
I definitely do. Jaylen Brown was good.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Like that, is that part of the marketing? Is that part of, you know, because no one else's salary, when a guy no one else announces their salary somewhere. They don't want to know.
You know, you bring up a good point because the owners don't post up what they make.
They don't.
And, you know, the players have to, is for whatever reason, but there should
Why so much transparency in salaries? I don't understand that.
You know, there's definitely a part, I believe the league wants to let everyone know what they're indebted it's like an in debt to the culture of the basketball culture.
I'm talking about
to
all
the
of
fans.
them. Football,
I know,
baseball,
everyone,
right?
whatever sport it is. And it's like you owe back. They want you to feel that like you owe back because the fans and everyone is why you're getting the money from the views and television rights and sponsorship. And yeah, you're a great player, but that leads to the fans being able to almost hold you accountable for what you're getting paid. That's what and it's like maybe they want that. I don't know. But I don't think it's gonna make you more dangerous, meaning or in danger. But at the end of the day, what more does a player when they get that money? People already know how successful they are to an extent.
Right.
So I don't think it's gonna add more volatility to them of everyone saying, but it will add more to people saying you owe. Right? And I believe they want every athlete to be held accountable because they probably look at it, the powers that be looks at it like you're getting paid all this money to play the sport that you love. And that's why we're going to hold you accountable. It's not like it's a sport. It should be enjoyment, and you would probably play it for free.
But now you said something key when I listened to you speak, a sport that you love.
Yeah.
Do you think you associate yourself with so many professional athletes, and I think once they become professional, there's a weird way of you losing the love and you doing it more to keep that money that you need from a money aspect. Because what I'm saying is that, how many professionals don't come in and play because they love it. When they get to the league, they realize, hey, you're only good enough to come off the bench, or you're not even good enough to play in the league. You're in the G League, or you go to you get what I'm saying. So it's
look at money.
I think when you get to the professionals, a little bit of the love and it's anxiety, and they're trying to.
Well, when
right?
you're mentioning that professional word, and when I look
Pressure.
at, but professional is like the money means nothing. It should be non-existent, and the greatest players approach it from that standpoint. So that's the difference between. We're gonna see how great Jaylen Brown is going to be, because when you get the money and that pressure is no longer why you're playing the sport. Well, you eliminated that all these players, when they, for the most of the part, play for that money. Now you have it. Now what are you going to do? And that's when that professionalism comes into play. And I'm telling you, when I look at the LeBrons, the Kobes, the Michael Jordans, these players had everything, and they still worked more than everyone else. So that's what Jaylen really has on his shoulders when he gets that money.
Well, I think when they get the money, is it replaced with expectation? Right? Because the pressure now of him producing, see, if he don't get $300 million and he don't produce, he's still a journeyman, he can play. But now he got superstar level money. Yeah. So now my question next year, if he comes out and averages 12 and 5, what happens?
No. Someone in Boston, one of those fans we was talking about.
Okay, but this is now let's talk about the love of the game. Today, he's happy he got his $300 million. This time next year, for whatever reason, Porzingis comes and they give him the ball more, Jason Tatum hogs it, he looks at his numbers and he goes from averaging 25 and 9 to 13 and 8.
6.
The love of the game is not the same, because now the people now you go to the supermarket and the guy doesn't, hey, before he goes, the cheese is free. Yeah. Now he's been paying for everything. You got the money, why we pay you anyway? All that money, right? Hey, so think about this.
The cheese is free.
It used to be.
Not anymore.
The boys, hey, now you get the cheap, right? And you're the $300 million guy. So what I mean is, that's what I mean, that you've seen it crumble. You've seen the star quarterback get paid, have a shitty season. 3 years from now, he's a backup. Yeah. You've seen it. No. The Michael Jordans, we're talking about anomalies.
They're special.
And LeBron.
They're special.
Guys, because LeBron.
Yeah, James Harden, you could say that he got that money and he didn't excel. Perfect, he went down.
But there's a ton of them.
He started playing better actually this last year, but he definitely declined in his game.
You tell me.
Could be because they stopped letting him get those fouls.
You've seen these kids from high school saying, this kid's going to the league. But you tell me what kid that has that dream to go to the league, to change financial status, help mommy, get the girls, be the man, Everyone wants to be Michael Jordan. They want to be the best. And when you get there and the guy next to you really jumps out the gym, the OG that's been in the league 8 years is outworking you. Yeah. And he's banging every night and he drinks like an animal. You don't understand. I can't do that, right? Because it's everything. Yeah. Right? You start, there's a lifestyle, there's a thing. It's not college anymore. You're in the pros, and the pros to me, because you've been at the pro level in music, yeah. You've seen how the pros, because you remember the reason, why do we gravitate to all these athletes? And because they're on our level from where we think superstar and where we want to be. And you see the pressure of an artist come out with his first hit, tours all over the world. Now he's in the studio, and you as the exec and the A&R, everyone's waiting for what?
That record.
The next one.
The next one, baby.
And he don't even know how he got the one that he gave you.
That's a fact.
So that we seen pressure. So that guy say, yeah, you had a 30-point, you had a double season, cut you the check. Now they're expecting double from you.
Minimum.
Now you show up, your calf hurt. You missed the first 8 games. You really don't want to tell them you're depressed because you found out your girl's banging your best friend back home. No, the real life issues. You know what I'm saying? Man. Mom might be depressed. This is happening because life is still happening to you as you're trying to produce as a professional athlete. And this is what I'm saying. Now everywhere you go, everyone knows you got 300 milli. Add that to it.
Now the pressure's real.
Ooh, you know, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
You know, Jaylen has a team in Dykeman basketball, you know, and what I'm doing with the basketball with Clash TV is I'm live streaming all the basketball games. And what I want from players now with a play like that, that's why I said I would have something to talk to them about, is because we're empowering all these basketball parks. I want them to have their own leagues and support and supply a new revenue stream for all these inner city kids that grew up that may not have went to school but could play basketball. But now these are all new leagues that they could participate in and make money. And that's the goal of what we're doing. Yeah. And that is such a big deal for me. I've been involved with street ball for over 30 plus years, from the heyday of Rucker to right now with Dykeman basketball and the rest of these parks, and, you know, trying to help them be more beneficial to everything that's going on.
I mean, when I go to these parks, I see, again, a ton of incredible athletes. Yeah. That every single one of them probably, you know, obviously we get NBA ball players to come in and play and showcase and leave, right? Some of them play, some of them just show up. But I'm saying I've seen an enormous amount of talent. I did it with you last year. I did Rutgers. I went to a few places. We did Orchard Park, Beach, right? Yep. And what I noticed is an incredible amount of talent, and I'm saying a lot of these guys tried to make it to the league, or a lot of them played top Division I basketball. Yeah. There was some guy that they retired who played at Syracuse at Orchard Park. Remember? Yeah. Right. So and then and you start saying, why aren't these guys, you know, my son's a professional basketball player. His dream was, he'd been playing professional all over the world, but yeah, he wanted to play in the league. But he was saying at times, yo, Dad, these people are paying me more. If I got to go to the G League, at that time it was the D League or something. D League was paying $25,000 a season.
That's it.
He'd go get 25 racks a month playing for, right? So he said, didn't make sense to chase that dream. I'm chasing it back. And it's a lot. Stephon went to China, he's a superstar here, he loves it out there, right? Because the fan bases in other countries are not as vicious as we are here. I mean, let's be honest.
They respect you a lot better.
A lot more respect. So, you know, I just
feel
what
an athlete like Carmelo went through, who's a superstar. And then at the end of his career, how people was looking at him like, no, they would never do that overseas.
Never. He'd be a god still.
He'd be a fucking god.
Yeah. So, and again, but I think it's also because the expectation that was put on Carmelo to save the New York Knicks, to save, right? There's a lot of things that he felt the pressure too, besides holding down. Remember he went through the infidelity issues with some stripper and his wife or whatever. I'm saying the pressure of the outside world. Remember, he's a young kid, and when you're a young kid, Carmelo wasn't he was also in the top end clubs with the execs, but then he's in the hood and it's with the strippers, because the rapper aspect of it, right? So, man, there's so much expectation that's put on these young men. How old is this kid that got 300 M's?
I'm not sure. He's young.
25, 26?
He's not 30. That's for damn
sure. How old is Jay? Find out how brave Jaylen Brown is. He's got to be about 26 years old.
I think so.
Think about it.
But these athletes now, you know, just think when we was kids, if you could make $1 million, you was going crazy. They could make $1 billion today from just playing ball. No endorsement money. But, yeah, Jaylen is 26.
Okay, but
no endorsement money. So look, 26 years old. His next contract is going to be probably more because of the way the inflation of the
By the time he's 30, he's going to get another. He'll probably get his last 4 or 5 years will be a nice $400 million.
So he's going to be able to generate close to $1 billion
if he produces the
just
numbers.
from basketball contracts.
But he has to produce the same numbers to be able to get right.
Well,
no, I'm asking you to get that top dollar.
He's going to
he got top dollar.
Listen, let's say it's a 4-year deal. Right. He'll be 30. He's going to get another 4 to 6 year deal, a 4-year deal, as long as his health is there. And he's gonna get that's right there alone. It's gonna because of inflation. He's gonna get another $300 to $400 million. That's gonna be $600 to $700 million with just 2 contracts. He made, let's say, another 50 before that, so he's gonna be at 750.
Not talking about the sneaker deals and all the other stuff.
Not counting sneakers. This is just basketball contracts.
Endorsement deals and all.
That's one of the reasons. Like for me, what's his name? Ja Morant. If anyone's next to him, man, please just talk to him. He's to take your family and be able to generate $1 billion from playing basketball, something you love. There's no way in the world I would let anybody next to me, around me, interrupt that. So whoever put that video up and causing all that problems for me, and you didn't do nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. But you understand the powers that be, when they're giving us money like that, they are gonna scrutinize us through the moon. So they don't want to give us that type of generational wealth. But if they have to, they have to. But you're really looking at ruining $1 billion.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that
business
they don't
just
want
from
to give
playing
it to
basketball.
You. They want to give it to you, and they want you to be LeBron James. Stay out of the bullshit.
But he didn't do nothing wrong.
No, I get it. But what I'm saying
so why is he being scrutinized?
All right, because there's been. Remember, we always say where there's smoke, there's fire. There's been a long list of an incident that happened at. They said that one of his guys. They were leaving a stadium and they pointed a red beam at somebody. There's been rumors, right? We're not saying that, but there have been rumors.
I put in red beams before.
No, I know, Chris, but I'm saying with someone like him, with the rise of with his rise. See, you know what's the problem? If he didn't play so good, we wouldn't give a shit. The rise of him coming and doing what he was doing, dunking, taking the Memphis team to another level. This year, the expectation, the pressure of Memphis was supposed to be that team this year. And then he has these incidents. I heard that it wasn't even a gun. It was a lighter. Looked like a gun. He has a lighter.
In the video.
That's a lighter. But he was going to light a blunt. But it looked like, right? So the incidents were, okay, when you're living in the society you're living in today, social media, you have to be super careful. So when he says, his man on IG Live, you got to get in the car and say, no IG Live for right now. We're done. 90 days ban. Do not come in the car. It has to be sometime. So now, like he said, he put himself in a position where they're like, not only are we not going to pay you, we're not going to let you play. We're going to suspend you for 25 games or something? Something
like that.
Right, but I know, listen, to us it's ridiculous, and I'm sitting back saying, true, but now there's a saying in Ifa, everyone has exactly what they deserve at this moment. So there's no reason why they're giving him 25. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of other people doing worse in the NBA. They're not putting it, for some reason, the spotlight is not on him. Whether because they're trying to make him the next. Remember,
I'm not saying.
What was that story that one NBA guy said that he was messing up, and David Stern, because they got the NBA has so many of their own little security, secret police, and their own little CIA shit.
Yeah, they got their own CIA.
Right? So he was like, yo, you got another chance. You stop doing the shit you're doing. Like, they knew. And so the thing is, what they don't want, guess what? You got a better chance of getting away sniffing a line of coke than you got holding a gun. In the NBA, you got a better chance of that. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying I got a drug habit and clean you up than to say, nah, we're not having no violence. We don't want violence. Listen, right now, me and, God forbid, there's 2 younger versions of me and Chris. Chris goes through a situation and guys that go through the system with violence, say a gun charge or he beat somebody up, and I get caught with X amount of drugs. I got a better chance of going through all the programs and getting out because he's got a violent crime. It's a violent crime. That's the difference. Yep. There's violent crime. Violent crime, you're going to get hit on parole. You're going to get hit. If your violent crime is, they're going to hit you because it's a violent crime. You sell drugs and be like, he's okay. He rehabilitated. Took a drug course? Yeah. Yeah, but you got 10 kilos. You saw, I took a drug course. I'm good. I ain't selling no more. Bye, I'm out. right? It's a difference.
There's drug courses to stop you from selling kilos.
Then you missed the whole point. See how you took it there? Yo, what I'm saying is that, there is. Yeah, say no to drugs, of course. Yo, but what I'm saying is that in the same thing, I think in the NBA and the NFL, the violent aspect. Who hit his girlfriend and never played again? That running back from the Ravens.
Oh, I know you're talking about. He played in New Rochelle.
Okay, he punched his girlfriend, the running back for the Ravens. I remember years back, he was at top of his game.
Yeah.
He's never played another down again, right?
Yeah.
Violence. Now, you can go ahead and do some other stuff.
Even if she deserved it.
No, brother, we ain't nobody deserved it. Cut. Hey, edit that out. Hey.
The fuck?
What the? You got 7 sisters.
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong with
5.
you? 5.
They better stay in line. They better not act up.
Yo, so you and Ike Turner was cool like that?
Did Tina deserve it?
I don't know. I think he did. I think I said yes, she deserved it in his eyes.
I didn't say from his eyes.
Hey,
I'm just
so
saying.
whose eyes you looking? Because her eyes were swollen. She couldn't see it coming.
But it's really about if she deserved it or not.
Right, but that's the key. Hey, based on, I think
we don't condone no violence to women. I'm only joking.
Nobody, honestly. Don't even beat your dog.
Women.
Listen, what I'm saying is
dog, he got to get it.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, I think that aspect of it, anything that has to do with when you waving guns or you have something of that gangster, what they try to put the label, they're like, hey, you're not welcome in this club.
No, I get it.
If you want to bomb Afghanistan, you have my vote, and I'll throw some money your way.
I could send you some planes and some bombs to help.
Right, so it's just culture. I think that you have to understand that this country, people don't understand what we do export to the world is black culture.
That's the number one.
We don't sell corn
for America.
We don't sell cars.
It's our culture.
We don't go.
Say that. Say it again.
Cadillac isn't popping in Germany. If you have a Cadillac in Germany, then it's like having a BMW here. It's different, but they're not out. No one's out there trying. The only thing we export to the United States is black culture. And this is what black culture is.
If they only understood that
LeBron
part.
James, Michael Jordan, right?
Steph Curry.
Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, come here and you can become rich without an education. Come chase the American dream. Go to Hollywood and become Arnold Schwarzenegger, who came from Germany. I'm just saying, people were telling me the other day, I was having a conversation, and not to switch it, if you notice downtown, they're having that immigration. They got all the Latinos right across the street from Madison Square Garden. And I told them, what are you talking about? New York City's been taking immigrants, but we used to take them to the Statue of Liberty, Star Island. They used to come in Europe. Now they're not coming from Europe anymore. Now they're coming, and they're not even coming from Mexico. The Mexicans are not coming in like that. They're coming from Central and South America, the Guatemala. There's a lot of places that are going through stuff, and they're coming here. Venezuela's going through a situation. They're starving. They're coming through. So I noticed they're housing them there now, but we've always housed immigrants. Now we're close to getting to about a year and a half from the presidential race. So now they're not playing checkers anymore. It's chess now. So now you're gonna hear in the news, and they're gonna make sure, and they might have 2 or 3 people infiltrated in there that's gonna commit some crimes to help sway the party, because it's the left and the right, to say, see, I told you, the immigration party. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it works. I'm sorry, but this is where we are today. And I didn't mean to go off subject, but it is what it is. So stop, we don't beat women over here.
No, we don't.
We don't do the violence.
Even if they deserve it, we don't beat them.
No, brother, we don't. We beat them with a different stick.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you're still talking about violence, see? I'm trying to get away from the violence, you bring it right back to the violence.
Yeah, but that's that different violence, because if you choke her in that position, it's different than if you choke her and you beat her.
Now we're talking about choking.
I don't know what just happened.
It's so good. So good. We're going to go right back to Jaylen Brown. He didn't beat his girl or wife.
Hopefully not, if that happens. Yeah, but listen, Boston got caught in Celtic Boston got caught in the Celtic. What's wrong with me? In a situation with the head coach.
The head coach, yeah.
He was banging the
Nia Long was his wife, and he was banging someone else.
Yeah, he was banging.
The trainer.
No, it wasn't the
someone's
trainer.
wife.
No, I don't think he went that bottom. It was someone in the executive
No,
office.
their wife. Yeah, it was someone's executive's wife.
Yeah, and so.
He's got a new job now.
Of course, he's the head
gonna
coach.
go bang their.
No, but it's okay.
I think he's in Houston, right?
It wasn't in his contract. It's in his contract now.
That he got to bang the girls.
That if he does, he won't get in trouble for it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so
you learn from your mistakes.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
It's all about your next move and how you negotiate it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Well, they over accentuated with color.
If he was white,
because there's white people. No, there's absolutely white execs that got caught and get in trouble, but it might get low. You don't know about it.
No. If he was white, he would have a symptom like dingalingitis or some shit, and they would justify it, give him a pill, and he'd fucking still be there. Right?
What was this symptom again?
Dingalingitis. Right? And they would.
And what is that? What is that disease?
He can't keep his dingaling in his fucking thing.
Dingalingitis.
Yeah. So that would be a symptom of pill, and he'd still be coaching. Because the other guy who was a head coach.
How will we identify someone with this problem?
How's the other guy who's a head coach didn't win shit and becomes the general manager when Danny Ainge leaves, right?
Yeah.
The white guy, they kept it. And then this guy.
They don't fall down, they fall up.
They always banging him. He's the one that got caught. I'm just saying, that's what I heard. But that's for it is what it is.
But this is good. Yeah, Cam, shout out Cam and Mace. Great show.
Scoop on what happened,
Great
bro.
show over there.
Yeah,
man.
they're killing it.
But yo, let's get out of here, man.
Yeah. Hey, good luck, man. God bless you for the $300 million. Do a lot with that. Build what you got to build. Stay strong.
Take care of your family.
Definitely. God bless.
And work your ass off to be the best player you can be now.
Definitely.
So you can get another $500 million to $1 billion.
Someone's gonna get that soon.
Keep getting it, man, while you can. And then once you get that, everything else is
imagine what
easy.
they was gonna give him. When is Ja due for something like that? Ja Morant. When is he due for like one of those extensions?
Oh, his contract is coming up. Yeah.
He was supposed to get.
He's gonna get a bag.
400.
He's gonna get a bag. He's definitely gonna get a bag. Just stay without no incidents.
What about that? How do you feel about real quick that situation? That hit me kind of hard, bro.
Man, shout out to the LeBron family.
Kid that's been playing basketball his whole life. Looks like he's in great shape. Goes to cardiac arrest. That's scary.
The entire James family. Bronny, get better. I seen you. I hope you're doing better already.
I heard. Yeah, he recovered right away.
Yeah, but still,
that's scary.
It's funny because people was asking me, is he going to play again? And I honestly don't think he should, but I don't know the extent of the cardiac arrest he had.
Shaq's son had something and had surgery and is playing.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be able to play.
Hopefully he's good and he can play, but really, if there's any risk, it's not worth the risk when you were sitting there and your father's LeBron. Like, that's how I look at it is, most of these players are playing to get it from out of a circumstance. You're not. You're playing for the love of the sport.
But what's crazy?
You shouldn't want to jeopardize your life or your well-being for the game because you have such a long life to live.
Yeah, but let's talk about identity, and we talk about as we grow up in programs, right? Bronny's identity is through his dad, and LeBron keeps going in the league because what's his dream?
To play with his son, but
I'm just saying. So when I seen that,
I guarantee that dream is different today.
Of course, listen, when you set up a plan,
we can't talk about his dream.
When you set up a plan for life, you know what God does? He laughs at you. That's what you thought. No, I'm gonna show you what the hell's really gonna happen, right? That's a crazy thing. So I think in a weird way, that's what he wanted. Now let's see what happens. I hope the kid gets to play because his whole identity has been that. Everything that he's about is about basketball, is what I'm saying.
He's a kid. What was your identity at 19?
At 19?
Yeah, exactly. I don't even want to know.
I was in the Army at the time, I think.
Okay, so
what
identity do you have? You're one of how many that's fighting for this country, right? That's your identity.
But my dad was in fucking Fidel Castro.
That's what I'm saying.
If I was in the Army, my dad was Fidel Castro.
But that's my point exactly. You could easily create a new identity at 19. You don't you wanted your basketball legacy to be your identity.
I know what you're saying.
But it doesn't. You could become the biggest rocket scientist still.
Right.
At 19 if you chose to.
Right.
So it's like the door is wide open for any opportunity you want. And you have an incredible infrastructure
And
behind
support
you
system,
and support system behind you. So if it meant your health at all, don't choose it, in my opinion.
What if, this is crazy, because you know this, because you have a big family. What if, deep down inside, he never wanted to play basketball?
Well, then it's a even simpler answer.
No, I'm just saying, and then sometimes the universe, this happens, and then it forces, hey, you don't have to play, and then he goes do it. I mean, life is, because, again, your dad's that. There's a lot of pressure to be that. Because I know right now, my grandson, remember I showed you, he's shooting, Jose's son. But why does Jaylen want to play basketball so bad?
Because his dad. But his dad is not LeBron James.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to tell you, the influence of that.
No, of course.
So then now, your dad's LeBron James, so your expectation of you, Bronny,
But how old's your grandson?
12.
He doesn't know enough yet. Right. So when you get to 19, you start knowing a lot more. Yeah. Okay, and what I mean by that is Michael Jordan had sons. They played ball. Those shoes to fill, and it's almost, Bronny obviously accepted the challenge in the younger son. They're accepting that challenge of trying to fill those shoes. Hats off, I commend them. The facts are the facts. You're talking about men like LeBron or Jordan that are one of one in the world, ever. So when you get older, you start understanding the likeliness of you being able to fulfill that dream. And it's almost unfair, in a sense, to ask them to try. Right? To compare them to their dads, where their dads didn't have that pressure. So that's why they was able to actually succeed. Because I feel if their dads had that same exact pressure, they would have failed.
I mean, LeBron had pressure to be expectation-wise, no? I mean, you would think coming out of
his father wasn't.
Oh, his father didn't. Yeah. No,
his father, wasn't LeBron James. So he has zero expectations as far as if he failed or didn't reach the goals. If he just got to the NBA, he's a super success from Akron, fucking Ohio. It's like, nah, that's not real to me. Like, you can't expect your that second generation. You want to believe it, but it's bigger than lotto to me. Like, to hit lotto is harder. You can't name anything like and they succeeded their father at the highest level. Maybe Ken Griffey Jr. His father was great. And he did it.
And they played together.
But he did it.
Yes.
He exceeded his dad.
Yeah, he was a way better baller.
Give me somebody else. I mean, these are exceptions, and we're talking about baseball, a different sport, not trying to belittle it or lessen it. But the game of basketball is way, way, I think, more people trying to get in, which creates way more competition, challenges are way more, and avoiding that injury is even higher. Right? Because you got to play that hard to succeed. So, I don't know. I just wish the James family all the success. Man, LeBron is an incredible man. I happen to know him, met him a bunch of times. And, again, his whole team, I know those guys as well. My prayers went out immediately for his son and the family.
Yeah, no, that bothered me.
You know what I'm saying? But, let's leave it there, right there. And I want to thank all of you for watching. This is Givin a Business. This is Chris Gotti Lorenzo and my partner, Don Dinero.
You already know, swagada.
Thank you for watching. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing, and we're going to keep doing this shit.
Boom.
We out.